Bleach chapter 554. Right now you're continuing on with the aftermath of the battle last week. Busby is like at all seeing how Khadun just got himself killed by Hitsugai, saying, "I left him in your hands and you got beaten in the end." How lame! Like he's like real disappointed, saying, and he could have killed Hitsugai on the spot. I mean, he could have, but he just let it to Khadun because he was following the orders that Juhabak said. You know that each pivot captain has to fight this particular person, Quincy, who stole their bankai. Right now, that's like very standard issue for them. Like they have to follow Juhabak's order. After all, he's the king of the Quincy's. You get to see many surprises in this chapter. First of all, so after that, Kitsugaya, he's down right now. He's gonna go and get Rangiku, but the wings, they flutter apart. They start to collapse right now on him. I mean, after all, he's been beaten up so badly that he can hardly move. I'm surprised he even fought at all in that mixed holofied state of his. He definitely looks like an Aranka. You can tell from the last chapter. Continuing right now, Hitsugai is down. All the other forces are feeling it. They're feeling that the powers are being taken away from him. But even Juhabak himself is like not surprised at this at all. He is not surprised at this because he is the king of the Quincy's. He expected that the department, that the Soul Reapers will have resources to work on fighting without the Bankai and a way to gain the Bankai back. I mean, think about it. Have you ever seen them in every situation where you don't see any hope coming out of these guys? I mean, I just love this chapter because you get to see multiple places. I mean, first of all, after that, Juhabak is like, what are they doing? Juhabak is like, himself is like, we get to see Juhabak again after a while. I mean, think about it. I mean, it's been a couple of weeks. That's just a 5-week break. That's just a break. Then you go back to one of his forces, who's right now currently on a mission destroying the Seitai. She's also complaining and stuff. And also on her own, making basically a scene of herself. You know, I kind of noticed sometimes when animators and creators, like like Kubo, like when he made this character, it's like every time I see this girl, I feel like I'm looking at Tatsuki, Odahime's best friend, the girl like to kick ass and stuff, like Tatsuki, the normal human friend of Odahime, and you know it, but you know how animators do and creators, they like to take the same image they like and they paste it over and over again on different faces, to add some more characters just to make it feel good. I mean, and the same is with this. You can tell from this it follows the same path, but that's just traditional. I mean, just skipping, she keeps ranting on, talking stuff. Then you get to see Captain Komamura in a new mask. We haven't seen him wear a mask since the early 100s. You're talking back before they find out about Aizen's betrayal. And Aizen disappearing and starting his own empire with all those hollows that he made to deal with. The Arankard arc, all that fighting, all that craziness. Yes. And you also get this, had to be Shajin Komamura. I mean, you get to see Shajin Komamura. You get to see all kinds of people. You get to see Uryu. You get to see, and you also, Uryu doesn't say much. He says, "Your Majesty," and that's just one spot. Uryu's role is still not explained yet. And what does Juhabak need him for? I mean, does he need one more strong Quincy power? And then there's a lot. I don't know, like Shinji, and then there's Shinji Hyako. I mean, Shinji himself, like he's gonna back up Komamura, and he used his Sanpato's power of illusion on the girl, and it worked. But then something happens. They activate this kind of pillar of light. Oh, desperate! That's what this chapter is called. Christian lights. There's like 6 other pillars. There's like 6 pillars of light. Juhabak expected this. He is smart. And remember, he's been planning on this. This is a 1,000-year blood war. He's been planning for the last 900 years to get his revenge. And he's been smart enough to understand their movements and everything. And so he knew that the Bankai would be taken. He knew Bankai would be taken back. He also knew that there would be countermeasures to countermeasures. I mean, Juhabak's strength is still unlimited. Even though we know he took out the Captain Commander, he's still unlimited strength. We haven't seen a glimpse of his potential. And these lights are just one, because the captains never expected these lights. They expected they would get their Bankai back. I mean, think about it. We expected that Kisei would come back. We expected everything. We didn't expect that Juhabak would have a countermeasure to everything. I mean, think about it. He's smart in the brain. I mean, after all, rallying all his forces, making his plans will be success. I mean, after all, he started this and he's gonna finish it. And then at the last part I liked at the end of this chapter was when Ichigo called Kisuke. I mean, are we gonna see Ichigo again? Has he perfected his new sword? Has he hit a new Bankai? Does he have the Getsuga Tensho? Or does he have his hollow powers? Will we get to see hollow fight Ichigo again, or just Ichigo with his Soul Reaper powers, or itself? We don't know. Right now, Kubo is keeping us on edge, surprise after surprise after surprise. Sure, it may be a little heart-rending, and after all, we're waiting for this. But that's the beauty of it. The more we watch, the more we're gonna wait. The more we're gonna be more excited for the next chapter. I just can't wait for what happens next. I'm gonna put the link down for the manga that I just read. Now, you know my subtlety. I always put the links down on the stuff that I read down below in the description bar so people can read it and understand it. Hope you enjoyed. I want to see what happens next. I want to see everybody joins the fight. I want to see Beck. I want to see Onihime. I want to see Chad. I want to see Uryu go in the fight. I want to see everybody's face when Uryu is now on Juhabak's side, and I want to see what's his excuse gonna be. Knowing Kubo after he took that 5-week break, you definitely know there's gonna be a surprise at the end. Alright, I'm done. This is Sullivan Adams giving a latest review of Bleach Chapter 554. Hope you enjoy. Comment, rate, subscribe. Signing